McAllister's Deli in Carbondale is the official healthy choice option of Saluki Athletics. For all your catering needs, go to McAllistersDeli.com/catering, and let's stay connected. That's McAllister's Deli in Carbondale, the official healthy choice option of Saluki Athletics. I'm Connor Onion, your host of the Saluki Standards Podcast, and I cannot wait for tonight. SIU Softball is playing in their third NCAA Tournament in the last 5 years out in the Tempe Regional. They're facing top seed Arizona State tonight at 9 o'clock. It's unofficially Saluki Softball After Dark. 9 o'clock Central Time, first pitch. 8:45 pregame show. Bryce Williams will call it on Magic 95.1 and on SIUSalukis.com. Double elimination, of course, in this regional. Arizona State, SIU. Four-team regional with BYU and Virginia Tech also in the regional as well. But to preview the whole thing, we're going to talk with two of the upperclassmen. Maddy Vermejan, fifth-year senior, third NCAA tournament for her. And then Jenny Jansen on the back end of the show, who had the big week at the MVC tournament with 3 home runs in 3 games after the MVC, the all-MVC snub for her in the regular season out at shortstop. All right, let's start it off with Maddy Vermejan. Good to talk to you again. I'm glad there's more softball to cover and more softball to play. Congratulations on everything this past week.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad to be here with you.
You're probably used to this routine by now, but how do you handle the anticipation of this week after all the excitement of the championship, the watch party, and now gearing up to play some more games again in Arizona?
Yeah, we're definitely all super excited. We went out yesterday, just practiced, had a full team practice, which went really smoothly. And then this morning, we just went and hit at 9 o'clock for like an hour, and now we're getting ready to have lunch together and then fly out. So, yeah, I feel like we're all just trying to keep the excitement up, but also help the younger girls know what they're getting themselves into, and we don't really want them to be playing nervous or anything. So we've talked to them about that also.
Was there specific advice you've given some of the freshmen or sophomores about how to handle this?
Yeah, definitely. We talked about it last week, even before the conference tournament. No matter like where we play, just go out there and know you're there for a reason. We don't really want them to come off that bus nervous and not really like playing tense. We don't want them to do that. So we've talked to them about just playing loose like we've been all year and know that we deserve to be there.
Yeah, you guys looked loose last week. I mean, not being a top 2 seed, how much do you think that played into it? Just kind of the house money feel.
Yeah, right. It takes off a lot of pressure. Obviously the 1 and 2 seed had all the pressure of them. They're supposed to be winning that tournament. So we just went in there and played our game with no nerves, and hey, we came out champions. So it worked.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. How did this one feel compared to 2017 when you guys won the tournament?
That is one question everyone keeps asking. I feel like back in 2017 when we did win, I was just a freshman. So our goal when Carrie was recruiting me was to get a ring. And I did that my freshman year, and I was like, why not? Why stop now? Just keep raising the bar. So when we won this year, I just thought it was so exciting again. When Kate and I won our freshman year, we kind of said to each other while we were still celebrating on the field, like, wow, this is a really cool way for the seniors to go out. Let's do it when we go out that way too. And that's the first thing we said to each other when we won it this year. We're like, Maddy, she came up to me, she's like, we did it. Like, we just went out champions. So I think that was just a goal that we've had throughout all 4 years. Wow. That's really cool. Yeah.
In 2017, at that point, being a freshman, did you think that was just routine? Like it was going to happen 4 times over?
Yeah. I mean, obviously it's no routine, but it was an expectation. We just wanted to keep raising the bar and try and get there every year. So
I thought it was fitting that the final play goes to you. All the defensive plays you made throughout your career, and you get to cap the championship your senior year with a ground ball at the second base. Take me through that play. What'd you see? What'd you feel once it went into Elizabeth's glove at first base?
Yeah. So the funny thing is, I was talking to them down there when the ball came to me, it was kind of almost like a slow roller right past Sarah. So I was like, just keep my feet moving forward. And when I released the ball to Huck, I said, I don't even think I saw her catch the ball. I was already celebrating, which is kind of bad. But when I knew I had a good throw over there, I was already jumping up and down. We were all super excited.
I got to think that it was pretty fun to be behind Sarah Harness defensively. Yeah. Those 3 games, she goes complete game in all of them. You're obviously engaged, waiting for a ball to come to you, ready to make a play. But how much enjoyment did you take in seeing her do what she did in the tournament?
Oh, for sure. She was phenomenal this past weekend. I feel like whenever we maybe got ourselves into a close jam with runners on, she always had our back and was striking that next girl out so we could take the momentum right back. She didn't let off the gas this weekend, which was really obviously helped us tremendously.
Mm-hmm. What felt like the turning point? Because, you guys had a tough weekend at UNI, and then you come out and blow through 3 games and win the whole thing. What felt like the moment where you're like, all right, we got this thing won and momentum's on our side?
Are you talking about in the championship game or just throughout the weekend?
Yeah, just throughout the weekend.
Yeah, so coming in playing Drake, we obviously needed to get that win. And then once we got through ISU, I feel like that's when we're like, okay, we got this. The past weekend before the championship, we obviously got swept by UNI. And I feel like we had that mentality of we're not going to let them beat us again. The year before COVID, we swept UNI and they took us out in the conference tournament. So we're like, okay, now it's our turn. They swept us regular season. We're not letting them get away with this. So I feel like we were all just super confident once we passed up ISU and we're like, they're not getting away with it. We're taking this win.
Mm-hmm. Obviously so cool for you and Caitlin, especially coming back this year. But I think about your guys' families too. They got a whole nother year of being able to follow you along. And I know your family's always there. What did they share with you after the championship?
Oh, they were just so excited. I'm pretty sure my mom was on the verge of tears. So they were just all super excited that we got to go out like that and all the hard work paid off. And it kind of just shows we made the right decision to come back and help me and Kate helped them get to that championship, just knowing how it's been prior to the years in the past that we've been through it. And we just helped the younger girls get through it. And I feel like my family, especially, they don't miss a game. They're always traveling no matter what. So they'll be at Arizona State too.
I was gonna say, I assume one more road trip and maybe your dad's lucky hat will be making the trip out to Tempe.
Exactly. I'm sure he's not leaving that thing at home. It's been on his head all year, so it'll be there for sure.
How surprised were you that you guys were sent all the way out to Arizona?
Yeah, so when we were at the selection show, we were thinking Mizzou or Kentucky, and if not those two, Tennessee, just because they're in our region, and we thought we'd stay close to home. But once it got down to the last 2, I'm like, okay, so now it's Arizona State or Washington. We're going to have to fly. I mean, we're not going to travel across the country in a bus. So, yeah, we were all super surprised to see our name pop up for Arizona State, and it's somewhere I've never been. I've never played softball in. So I think it'll be a really fun trip, just a great experience.
Were you like me? I'm sure there was, a ton of anticipation in the room, but, those regionals that you were talking about popped up. I'm like, all right, here comes SIU. Here comes SIU. And right. You get through 2 or 3 of them and you're like, all right, where are they going?
Yeah, we were definitely – I feel like when those regionals came up, we kind of all just started holding hands and we're anticipating seeing our name come up. And it'd be like a school that would be like start with an S, or it'd be South, or we'd just see like the first few letters and we'd kind of all gasp and be like, oh, that's not us yet. It's not us yet. So, yeah, definitely a lot of anticipation and excitement at the same time, just like guessing where we'll be.
Mm-hmm. I asked you the question about 2017 winning the Valley title. How about the watch party experience of 2019 compared to this year? So this year, you guys know you're getting in, but it takes a while.
Yeah, definitely. I would say the 2019 watch party was definitely more nerve-wracking, and that's just something, it's just a completely different feeling when you hear your name called as an at-large bid. We had no idea. We could have been sitting there and our name wouldn't have even been called. So, and back in 2019, we were the very last team to get in. So that last square, everyone went nuts. I'm pretty sure there's so many happy tears in the room. So I feel like that one was just way more nerve-wracking and more exciting, just knowing that it was an at-large bid. Not saying that this year was still super exciting, but we knew at some point our name was going to be called.
Now with the travel, you guys are going across a couple of time zones, playing late at night at 9 o'clock. How do you think that'll be? How will you handle that part?
I feel like our team has a lot of night owls on it. We haven't been too good when we have to play morning games. So honestly, I think we're going to do just fine with the time change and playing. It'll be 9 p.m. Central Time. So I think we'll all be just fine with that.
You've played plenty of Power 5 competition in your career. You have Power 5 wins. Mm-hmm. This team specifically went and beat Mississippi State early in the year. What can you draw on from that experience and take into this weekend?
Yeah, definitely. Since we went to Mississippi State, like I said earlier, we can't look at what team we're playing. We just have to go out there and know what we can do and know what we're capable of and use all our abilities and put it all out there on the field. I don't want like the younger girls to look down and see, oh my God, we're playing Arizona State, like a big team. That's not really what we want to focus on. We just want to go out there and do what we can do and know that if we do, we can. That's all they can ask for. So, well,
happy there's more softball. Happy for you guys, and can't wait to watch you this weekend.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me.
And thanks for dealing with the tech issues, by the way.
Yeah, no problem. It all worked out.
There were two of my floating heads for people that obviously can't see.
Right. That's like why there are two of him. I was confused at first.
We'll always enjoy it. Good luck out there.
Yeah, thank you, Connor. Have a good day.
All right, staying up the middle in this episode from second base with Maddy Vermejan to shortstop Jenny Jansen, who joins us from Tempe. Hi, Jenny. How's Arizona?
Oh, it is amazing here. It's so beautiful. There's cacti everywhere and just a lot of different sights and scenes that we don't have at home. So I think we're just trying to enjoy, all the new scenery around us.
I love that. You nailed the plural of cactus.
Thank you.
What's the vibe? Have the nerves kicked in for you guys yet? Excitement? How are we feeling about 24 hours out?
I think we're just really excited. We went into the Missouri Valley Conference tournament with, no pressure on us. We were the 4 seed. So, nobody expects the 4 seed to win the whole thing. So that's kind of what we're doing here. We're the 4 seed again, and we're just going to go out and play our game and try to compete and hopefully come out with a win or two.
Were you surprised when you saw your draw that you guys were a 4 seed and you're going halfway across the country?
Absolutely. I mean, with COVID, we kind of figured they would try to keep us in busing range. And I think the Mizzou regional was first, and that went by and we weren't in that. And then the Kentucky regional went by, and I think it was Tennessee, then Kentucky. And once all those went by, we were like, where in the world are we going? And so Arizona State popped up and I was like, oh, no way, we're going there. And our name was next. We were like, holy cow, like crazy. I just don't think any of us saw that coming.
I would think we kind of talked about this with Maddy, but I would think it's a little bit different of a stress compared to 2019 when you don't know if you're getting in. How did it feel this year compared to 2019 for you?
Well, to be honest, we were just hoping to get past the Oklahoma regional. We did not want to go there because we felt like we could compete. Oklahoma is so good, but we were like, we want to go somewhere where we can compete and, see what we got. And I don't know, it was just like every regional that passed, we were like, where are we going? We just kept looking at each other like, what in the world? And yeah, it was definitely like a good anxiety, I guess you would say.
Once you find out your draw, I don't know how big you are into this, but how much do you start looking up the other teams and seeing what they're all about?
Well, I don't know. I'm speaking for myself here, but I went home and started watching Arizona pitching on YouTube because I just wanted to see what they had and, see what we were going up against because they're Pac-12 and they're not really on the TV stations near us anywhere. I've really never seen a lot of their games. So I was just really interested to see what we were going up against.
What do you think? Stuff that's hittable?
Yeah, I think we can compete. I mean, they're number one. She throws rise balls and screwballs to right-handers and then same to lefties. So I don't know. It's about the speed that we see in the NBC. I'm sure it spins a little bit more, but yeah, I definitely think that we can put some good swings on balls and hopefully, put up some runs.
How will you guys fill the day tomorrow? I guess people will be listening to this today as in the day of the game, but I mean, you're waiting until 9 o'clock Central, 7 o'clock local. How are you guys going to fill the day with all the anticipation?
I think we're really just excited. I don't know a lot of the girls that have nerves. I mean, again, speaking for myself, I don't have nerves, and I know talking to the other girls, I think we're all just excited and ready to get out there and play our game. I mean, there's really no stress on it, just for fun. All of this is bonus softball, and we're just happy to be here.
Yeah, no doubt. You kind of mentioned that with the Valley tournament, how it was, kind of a house money situation, being the 4 seed and no expectation. 3 homers in 3 days for you. Sure looked loose at the plate. 3-run homer against Drake, game breaker against Illinois State, little breathing room with the home run against UNI. Which was your favorite?
I honestly think Illinois State was my favorite because they kept throwing me the same off-speed pitch because they didn't want me to try and get something hard. So I just sat off-speed, and I don't know, it kind of felt like it sealed the game. Like after, we were up by, I think 6 at the time, it felt like we were good. So I think that was my favorite one, but they were all fun. I don't know what I ate that week or what got into me, but I'm glad it was that week.
I know your friends and your teammates were making a big deal about this. How big of a deal was it to you that you weren't all NBC?
Well, I kind of understand the politics of the league. I mean, I know that, since Woody got hurt and I had to go play shortstop, there were other shortstops that had better numbers than I did and, just overall had better seasons offensively. But, I think for me, it kind of lit a fire in me. I feel like it kind of just showed me that I need to be better. And I think, honestly, going into the conference tournament, I was just not angry, but I was just like, I'm going to show them what they got wrong. And so I think that's what, not getting all conference did to me. And everybody's making a big deal of it, and that just shows how much they care about me. So, it is what it is, and I'm okay with it. It worked out for me and our team anyway. So it's what it is. I'd rather have a ring on my finger any day.
So those are anger home runs. Those you're taking it out on the ball a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit maybe.
Okay. All right. I like that. You said you could have been a little bit better. What could you have done better? I mean, you put up great numbers again.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you look at I don't know how many people know this, but NBC they're all conference by position. So, I mean, UNI, their shortstop hit 420. Missouri State, I think it was, their shortstop hit 402, and I hit 310. So, I mean, I could have just had a higher batting average, but, I think I came through for my team all season when they needed me. And, it is what it is. It's just a title next to your name. And yeah, I would have loved to have it, but it's not the end of the world. I know what I do for my team, and that's all I need to have. So.
All NBC shortstop / fielder. There's probably nobody that can stack up that way. Right. Yeah, I mean, we mentioned the home runs. That's not the first time you've come up in big moments. You've had clutch hit after clutch hit, it seems, throughout your career. Why does the moment never seem too big when you're at the plate?
I don't know. Honestly, people have asked me that before, and I just want to be the person up there. I when the bases are loaded, there's runners in scoring position, I just feel like I know I can come through for my team, and I don't really feel nerves. I just get excited. And, if I don't come through, I know I always went up there with the right mindset. So I don't know. I think I just live for those big moments. And after they're over, it's just one of the best feelings in the world.
Do you even think about it, or is it just another at bat?
No, I think about it. I think about, the situation, if there's whenever I was hitting with bases loaded, nobody out against Illinois State, I was just trying to put the ball in the outfield. I try to do the best thing possible for the team. And I don't know. I don't really think about it as just another at bat, because it's not just another at bat. It's a big deal. So
I know it's hard to compare because they're all their own unique moment, but this was the first time you got to have this type of celebration at SIU, winning the Valley title. But a couple at Warrenton when you're in high school, you won in club this summer with the Florida Gulf Coast League. How did those titles prepare you for the 3 games that you guys just went through in the tournament setting?
Yeah, I've always been a competitive person myself. And, coming into SIU, like as a freshman, winning a conference title was a goal of mine. And, going to an NCAA tournament was as well. So getting that at-large bid crossed one of those off. But I just knew coming here that was the ultimate goal, is to win a conference championship. And I think, being on teams that have been successful in the past have just, showed me how that's done and shown me what it takes to get there.
It's chaos when you're watching it on TV. I'm sure it's chaos when you're going toward the circle to celebrate. What's the first thing you remember about the mob scene?
I remember throwing my glove in the air and running to Sarah and Kate and Maddie and just screaming, "We won! Oh my God, we won!" Like, I don't know. It was just like not hard to believe, but like just, kind of like a moment where I was just so proud of us.
How much time had you spent thinking about like that exact moment?
I don't know, honestly. Like, do you mean how much time I spent thinking about it before it happened or after it happened?
Before it happened. Like, I mean, I don't know. Would you visualize like the last out to win the conference championship? Like some people say, like, oh, that's something I've always dreamed of. Like, is that you?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, we were kind of talking about it in the dugout. We were, like, oh my gosh, I hope like we might dogpile at the end, which we didn't even end up doing. But I think all of us just really wanted that moment, and we've been thinking about it all year. So
how would you describe playing behind Sarah Harness when she's pitching like she did last week?
Easy. She makes our jobs easy. A lot of balls don't get smashed at us. It's usually just pretty easy routine ground balls, and she strikes a lot of people out, which is really nice for us as defenders.
Yeah. No doubt. Final one for you. Looking ahead to tomorrow, what do you take from Northwestern, the regional that you played in 2019, and apply to have some success this weekend?
Yeah, I think going into the Northwestern regional, our team was a little bit stressed. I could just feel it, and I think we all felt it. We were just nervous, and I think this team is really good about not being nervous. In the MVC tournament, you could just tell we were so relaxed, we were so loose, and I think going into the game tomorrow night, that's exactly what we're going to need to do. We're going to need to stay calm and collected and just play the game like we know how to do it.
Well, hey, good luck. Go get a couple.
Thank you.
That's Jenny Jansen before SIU and Arizona State tonight on Saluki Radio.